Those who may not be able to make it will have the benefit of it, and those whose network will be having issues, you don't lose out. So good evening once again. Thank you for connecting. It's been a long time since we had this meeting. We pray you pay attention. Now, all those here are nurses that have passed the NCLEX. And as soon as you pass the NCLEX, and your board of nursing issue you a license, you have some responsibility. And of course, to continue to hold the license, there are a few who either have forgotten or need a reminder. And then I'm also going to update you on what is happening regarding your filing so far, what to expect next. Now, once you pass the NCLEX, among the document your board of nursing will send you is a letter telling you a few things. I'm sharing one of those letters on my screen. I'm going to read verbatim, so please pay attention. So it says, to successful candidates of the licensure RN, LPN exams, re-examination results, and requirements for maintaining a New Mexico nursing license. If your board of nursing is different, the things here are almost the same for the boards of nursing in the US. It says, congratulations, you have successfully completed the National Council of State Boards of Nursing examination and have met all the requirements for licensure as RN, LPN in the state of New Mexico or in your state. Attached is your candidate report, a certificate demonstrating successful completion of the NCLEX examination will be mailed to your address on file. For those with New Mexico board, you get that certificate the same day you pass your exam. You already know that. But with the other boards, it takes a couple of days, sometimes months, for that to come. The current Nursing Practice Act and the accompanying rules are available for downloading on the New Mexico Board of Nursing website. You are responsible for familiarizing yourself with the laws and regulations that govern your nursing practice. Notification of name change or address change. You must notify the New Mexico Board of Nursing or your Board of Nursing office of name changes. You may have changed your name before as a result of saying marriage.
Wow. Hey, come. How can you? Okay. Why are you showing it to me?
Chico, have you finished cleaning your children? You must notify the New Mexico Board of Nursing office of name changes or address changes immediately to ensure that all documents, such as renewal notifications, reach you. You may submit a change and supporting documentation through the nurse portal. A name change requires a copy of legal document that has been filed and recorded, such as marriage certificate, divorce decree, or court order. Declaring New Mexico as your primary state of residence require a copy of your New Mexico driver's license. An address change requires no supporting documentation. So these are three key changes that requires action from your Board of Nursing anytime they occur. Then internationally educated nurses like you, as soon as you receive your Social Security number, please provide a copy through the nurse portal. You're going to receive Social Security number either the first week or second week or maximum the third week when you arrive in the US. We will take you to the appropriate Social Security office in your state, case Illinois State, when you all first arrive in Chicago. And we'll help you get the Social Security number. As soon as you get it, we will appropriately inform your appropriate Board of Nursing. Then re-licensure. The expiration date of your license is aligned with your birth month, 13 to 24 months from when it was first issued. So here, let's say you are born in December. December is your birth month, and you wrote the exams and passed, say in June, July, or even from now. Ordinarily, your license should expire in 12 months. You need to renew your license in 12 months. But the first time, after you have passed the NCLEX, they will shift your expiration to the next year birth month. So if you wrote the exams in June 2026, your birth month is December, but your license, you need to keep your license for a minimum of 12 months before you are required to renew it. And so your next renewal date will be December 2027. This is just an example. Thereafter, your license will be valid for 2 years. So you renew it 12 months or up to a maximum of 24 months based on your birth month. But after the first renewal, the next time you renew it will be 24 months. That is 2 years. Okay? The complete renewal application must be submitted at least 2 weeks, must be submitted at least 2 weeks before the end of the renewal month to allow for processing time. Verification of licensure renewal is on the Board of Nursing website or within the nurse portal. Hard copy licenses are no longer issued. There is no grace period to renew your license. Failure to maintain a current New Mexico license renders you ineligible to practice nursing in the state until the re-licensure process is completed. Licenses that elapse or require reactivation for any reason will require an additional fee. Okay, so I'm going to post this sheet on the group page so that you can take your time and read and digest it. But essentially, just like Ghana, if you are in Ghana as a registered nurse, your license with NMC expires at the end of every year. It is so everywhere. But with New Mexico, when you renew the first time, subsequently, your license is valid for 2 years. You only renew it after 2 years. And it's no longer annually, as you do here in Ghana. That is one key difference you need to know. There are a couple of you whose licenses have expired or are expiring. We have reached out to you. We are here to renew them. It is your responsibility to ensure that your license is active, a license that is not expired, especially when we have filed your I-140 and waiting for its approval. Especially when we have filed your I-140 and waiting for its approval. At any point in the process, USCIS may want to see to confirm that, yes, you indeed have a current license you are practicing. And if they check and your license is not active, you know what that means. It brings a lot of headache. So we want to encourage you to maintain a current license. It is so easy to check anybody's license. All they do is they have several options, but you go to nurses.com, NURSYS.com, and you do a lookup, a license lookup. All you need to do is put the person's last name, the person's first name, the license type, and the state. Anybody, anywhere in the world can come here and then do this. Okay? And your license will just pop up like that. Let's say I want to check the license of Hilda. So Hilda's surname, I think it has an H. And then the first name, the license type is RN, and the board is New Mexico. So you just put in New Mexico there. Where is New Mexico? Oh, there you are. I check, I am not a robot, and I search. And then voila, you see an instant report, the NCSBN ID number, and your license number, and so on and so forth. We also maintain a database that tracks everybody's license number. So we know, we get a notification, and we share that notification with you when your license is about to expire. Okay. Now, what do I do to maintain an active license? For all nurses registered with New Mexico, and just as in Ghana, or as a nurse, you're required to do some training, get some credit hours. They call it CEU. Forgetting what it stands for. Continuing Education Units. New Mexico board had partnered with another organization in the US called CE Broker. And CE Broker has a platform for all nurses to do your training there to earn the appropriate point to help you maintain a current license. Let me log into one to show you. Okay, so I am logging into CE Broker. Now, all New Mexico nurses, all nurses that were registered with New Mexico are automatically enrolled onto CE Broker platform. And you all have access to this. Now, don't worry if you don't have the details yet. I'm going to get in touch with you one by one. Especially, I recently graduating NCLEX nurses. I have not gotten in touch with you yet. I just want the success to sink in before I begin to adapt to new learning. Otherwise, you say, yeah, Papa is here and I'm using a DV or DB. So, this is Richard's CE Broker platform. And this is his dashboard. It has courses you can do. Some of the courses are free, but majority of them come at a cost. You need to buy. Some of the courses are free. Some comes at a cost you need to buy. And you need to be careful when selecting. Some are expensive, so if we come here, you will see CE Broker Pro subscription. All courses needed to meet your on-demand requirement for one flat price. And this is a $99.99, that's $100. Okay, so this one, when you purchase it, it comes with everything you need at one price to get your continuing education unit. In Ghana, I think the NMC call it CPD points to be able to renew your license. Another one, $34. This one is Rich's favorite. He discovered it. And it has 30 hours. For New Mexico Board of Nurses, I think you need 16 point something credit units. I've forgotten the accurate number. So when you get something like ANCC approved New Mexico RN renewal bundle, 30 hours. It is complete. It's about $34. It is complete for you to get everything you need in one swoop, one purchase. Otherwise, if you're not careful, you go and get something like managing a patient with crash injury, $13, just 1 hour. When you finish, you have to go and look for another one and buy. You have to keep buying. By the time you are done, I bought a lot of things. But there are those, so like this one's pneumonia diagnosis and management, 3 hours. ANCC approved improving shift handover communication with SBAR, $20, 2 hours. Sexual harassment, what you need to know as a healthcare professional, $13, 1 hour, and so on and so forth. There are plenty of them. Plenty of them. Okay. So if we hadn't set you up yet, don't worry, we're going to set you up. And you need to, doesn't take much time. When you get the 30-hour bundle, a day or two you can finish, and then that's it. Now, when you do the course, And when you finish, you save it here on your dashboard. And it's automatically transferred to New Mexico. So New Mexico will know from your CE broker dashboard if you have done the requisite training to get the appropriate CEU points to enable you renew or maintain your license. So this is Richard. He had completed this one. Certificate of completion. His license number is automatically shown on it. The date he took the course, his name for successfully completing this course. And the CE credit hours is 30. He only needs about 16 points or so to be able to maintain, to help him renew the license. All right. So I believe everybody is clear with CE broker. Don't worry if you don't have it yet. We need to help you log in. As soon as you pass, New Mexico automatically transfer your details to CE broker and they set you up, go through a process for you for the first time to log you in. And then once you log in, you can carry on. Okay. Now, please note that completing the CEU point does not automatically renew your license. You will still need to purchase a license renewal with your board of nursing. And we'll help you go through the process. You pay for it, and that's it. Your license is renewed. And if you renew it now for the first time, if it expires or when it's about to expire, the next time you're going to renew it will be 2 years from your first renewal. Hopefully by then, you might be in the States. Hopefully. Okay. Now, one last comment with CE broker. CE broker, as far as I know, is only available for nurses who registered with New Mexico board. With the other boards of nurses, I need to check. And as far as I know, CE broker is only available for New Mexico. But I stand corrected. At the time I checked, they were attempting to rope in the other boards of nurses. So maybe your board of nursing currently is also on CE broker. It makes life very convenient. If your board of nursing is not on CE broker, you need to check with the board and see how to get you do the appropriate, or what training do you require regularly to get the CPD point to help you maintain a valid and current license. All right. So that is the first thing. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the status of your file. One second, I'm trying to pull up the screen to share with you. Just a minute. Okay, so we regularly check your USCIS status. USCIS is the organization we filed for I-140 with. And they have an online system to check your status. After filing your I-140, we held a meeting with you and shared with you, one, your priority date, and then two, the receipt for filing for you. A receipt from the U.S. Immigration Service for filing for you. Right, so each and every one, sorry, 1 second, I'm trying to multitask. So each and every one had a receipt like this from the Department of Homeland Security. And this is the receipt number. They call it from I-797C, Notice of Action. And it comes with this 13-digit receipt number. Now, regularly, we use it to check your status. So, if we should take the one on our screen, IOE 0932 697624. And you do a status check, and they are saying case is still being processed by USCIS. And it says as of June 30th, 2025, your Form I-140 immigrant petition for an alien worker receipt number so and so is being processed. We do not currently need anything from you, but we'll contact you if we need additional information regarding your case. If you move, go to USCIS address change to give us your new mailing address. Okay. Now, just as the USCIS has a system we use to monitor to see what current month, what current date of approval have they reached. They receive I-140 filing from all over the world, not just from you, but from all over the world. And they have certain number they go through to approve or deny or request for further information. And there is another system where they share with your employer so that your employer monitors and know which month they have reached, which month they are going to approve, and so on. That one is not publicly available. But the current checks that United Methodist, your future employer, had done on your filing, especially those that were filed around June 30th, 2025 shows that we are getting pretty close for a decision to be made on your cases. Now, the decision to be made comes in the decision can be one or three decisions. The first one and the common one is approval. So you come here, you put in your case number, you check, and you see approved here. Okay, with some 1 or 2 line information there. So that is one. Number 2 is one of the second answer you may get is deny, which is in rare situation. In the most minutest case, probability is, well, when the conditions of filing have not been met, there could be a denial. Or the third option, and which is common, is when they request for further information, request for additional information. And with that, your employer, normally, they will request your employer to provide those additional information. Once you provide, they re-evaluate it in a day or 2, maximum 3 days. And a decision is made. Either it's approved or denied. It's normally approved or denied. On that case, they don't give you another request for additional information. Then your case moves forward. At this stage, we are just waiting one of these days for the approval to come. As soon as the approval comes, a few things are going to happen. One, a few things are going to happen. When it is approved by the USCIS, they are going to move it from USCIS to the National Visa Center. National Visa Center will now move it to your embassy in Accra. They will require that you create an account. The National Visa Center is going to send an account with information to create a documentary account. They call it consular application system. You're going to upload a number of documents. We need to start telling you to prepare those documents. The one relating to you is not a problem, but you're going to upload documents on your spouse and your children, especially those you want green cards for as your dependents. And that is where sometimes problems begin to come. All these documents, we already have them. Your passport, your birth certificate, marriage certificate, license, nursing license, both the Ghana and your US one, NCLEX results, academic certificates, and your transcripts. And then if your license have been had expired or has become inactive, you need to renew it. And then keep Ghana PIN active. I don't think Ghana issues a certificate of good standing. I'm here to hear Ghana NMC issues a certificate of good standing. Then you will also need to now start preparing for your IELTS. You remember from day one, we told you we need IELTS, but not from the beginning. We need your IELTS down the line. And we are gradually getting to a point where you need to study again and take another exam, which is the IELTS. We already have your credentials evaluation, and thankfully most of you will CGFNS. So we're going to use the CGFNS credential evaluation report, of which we gave you a copy. I sincerely hope you have not lost it. And then we prepare you to take the English language exams IELTS. We do a license verification, that is not a problem. NCLEX proof, that's not a problem. But we'll do the license verification NCLEX proof with CGFNS plus the IELTS results. And they issue you with a visa screen certificate. You need this certificate together with all other things, all the other documents mentioned earlier, plus this document, vaccination documents for you and for all your dependents. We want to share them with you ahead so that, especially this one, it's not now that you are going to fake hepatitis B, vaccination, and the rest. We are telling you now so that you have enough time, if you don't have them, or if you have lost the documentation for them, please start new documentation now. I know hepatitis B, the vaccination, you need to take it. The public health nurses will tell us 2 or 3 times over certain intervals. And then the other vaccinations, they need some time for you to complete. Start now for yourself. Start now for your spouse. Start now for all your children. But if you have already done them, and most importantly, you have the records there, the weighing cards, the vaccination records, the yellow cards, and all the other cards. If you have them, perfect. You don't need to worry. But like most of us, we have lost some of these documents, but you will need to show them to the embassy for your interview. Now, finally, I want to talk to you about visa bulletin. I've had many of you get in touch and ask a lot of questions about visa bulletin and what does it mean and where are we, and you don't understand why I finished my exams long ago. I passed my NCLEX and I am still in Ghana, and so on and so forth. The US government, I'm sure by now you know, has a transparent system for you to use to track where you have reached in the process. The US government issues a number of visas periodically, monthly, to people that had applied for visas to come to the US. Now, and they publish the date where they have reached in terms of issuance of visas. They publish that date by way of visa bulletin. Currently, And the publication is done monthly. So at the start of every month, they publish where they have reached in the process of the issuance of visas. Remember, I said issuance of visas, not I-140, not green card, but issuance of visas. Before your date pops up in the visa bulletin, you would have received your I-140, you would have written and passed the IELTS, you have satisfied all the requirements, you have your visa screen certificate. The only thing left is a visa to go to the US. And that visa, the date to go for that visa interview is by way of the visa bulletin. So in the visa bulletin, you see final action date for family-sponsored preference cases. Yours is not family-sponsored. Yours is employment-based green cards or employment-based preferences. Now, there are two dates. There is the final action date for employment-based preference cases. And then there is date for filing of employment-based visa application. Two separate dates. There's the date for filing employment-based visa application, and there's the date for filing or final action date for employment-based visa application. For you, what matters importantly is the final action date visa preferences. And as we speak, for the third class, we have the current date being 1st June 2024. You just need to wait, and these days, the dates have been jumping. Okay, so these dates, they have it for all chargeability areas except those listed. This is for the whole world. Then you have dates for China mainland bonds. You have date for India, date for Mexico, date for Philippines. So currently, if you are in Ghana, all those whose filing, I-140 filing was done on the 1st of June 2024, are those who will say their priority date is now current. So if this date, one of these days you come and check and this date is now 30th June 2025, your priority date has become current. What it means is there is a visa ready for you. You arrange, you go to the embassy, you have the interview done, you get your visa, you get your ticket, you fly to the US. Now, by the time this priority date becomes current, the US government has done it in such a way that the priority date is given with enough time for you to fulfill all other righteousness. Pass NCLEX, file I-140, take IELTS, pass, do consular processing, do medical examination, and all other things. You would have enough time before your priority date becomes current. As soon as your priority date is current, you have a visa ready for you to go. So this is what we should be watching. Now, the good news is, of late, those of you who are aware and have been checking and have been noticing, the priority dates keep jumping, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3 months. It keeps moving like that. What it means is the US government is issuing new visas, a lot more visas than previously. A lot more visas are being issued. What it means is it is likely you may be going to the US much sooner than expected. We are seeing some movement on the ground when it comes to your I-140. And as soon as the I-140 is approved, normally it takes some months for the I-140 approval to be transferred to National Visa Center. And then from there to your embassy. Gone are the days where it took sometimes up to 24 months for I-140 to be approved. These days, you file I-140 and 4 months is approved. 4 months is approved. 6 months is approved. So, and then when priority dates begin to jump, 1 month ahead, 2 months ahead, 3 months ahead, May priority dates has been said that it has jumped 3 months ahead. We expect June and July to jump like that. And so we're just informing you, there may be clouds forming in the sky, and very soon it may rain. So let's start putting our houses in order and start preparing. I'm not saying go and resign from your work. Don't do that yet. We'll tell you when the time comes.
So we should not resign from our work.
No, don't resign from your work yet.
We should resign from our work. I will not cover time then. We'll not cover it resign.
Sheila, don't go and resign from your work yet.
Yes, sir.
Let's be patient.
Okay, sir.
Time will come. We'll call you, Sheila. It's time to give your employers, is it 3 months notice or 1 month's notice before you resign?
All right, sir.
And you go ahead, you do it, and then everything else will fall into it. So this is where we are. There are a lot more things I could show you, but let me hold my peace for now. At this point, do you have any question, any comment, any concern at all? If you have any question, any comment, the floor is yours. Speak freely. We do not have any question? All right. If no question, thank you very much for coming. But if any question pops up, you know where to put it on the page. Just put it there. And we're going to respond and help answer them as much as we can.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, please, so
The I-140 approval, does it come with the priority dates?
Can you ask the question again slowly?
Thirdly, the I-140, after you filed it, you have to wait for its approval. Does the approval come with the priority dates? Like, as they approve it and they send you a message that they have approved your I-140 form that was filed, that is when they indicate that you have this priority date. Is that it?
No. You get the priority date as soon as it is filed. So for this person, as soon as it was filed, look at the receipt and you see priority date. It is indicated there. And all of you whose I-140 has been filed, you already have the priority date, or we have told you your priority date if we didn't give you the receipt. What we did is, like we file in badges. Once you go together, you pass the exams, we file for you. So this particular badge, one person's priority date is the same for all those badges. So Richard sat the exams alongside with Nelly, Abigail Nimo, a lady whom I have seen 100 years ago, Ichuko, Anna, Justin, Janet, and who else? So you notice that all of them, their priority date is the same because they were all filed on the same day. Gathered all the documents, the lawyers gathered all the documents. One fine, 26th June, they went there and bam, 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 bam. They filed for everybody. So Janet, your badge too. You went together with a number of people, gathered all the documents, then the lawyers went one day, bam, 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 they filed for you. So if we have not even shared the receipt with you, we did a meeting to tell you about priority date. And that date goes for all those in that batch because we filed block for you. Jane, have I answered your question?
Yes. I understand.
So your priority
Thank
date
you.
is not, it does not come with the approval. It comes on the day it's filed and the receipt is generated. But it is locked in when the approval comes. And those are technicalities you don't need to worry your head about. Once a file and one asamasa. Now, Jane, you have asked a question about priority date and you have reminded me of something.
Yeah.
Now, listen carefully to everybody here. Those of us who have abanoma, bad babies, I mean, your spouse came to the marriage with a child already. That is not your biological child. We can file for them provided you have legal custody, either by way of social security adoption or whatever form legal custody that legally you can stay with that child. However, and this is very important, when that child is above the age of 21, or when that child is even below 21, but is married, legally married, we cannot get that person a green card to travel with you. Even if that child is your biological child and he is above age 21, asemato, or he or she is below 21 but is legally married, you can no longer file for that person as your dependent. But if they are below that, no problem. The way is clear. So please bear this in mind. Now, there's a small proviso. Where your child, we filed for, let's say, Richard, I'm only using you for an example. I'm not saying that is the case in your house.
Noted, sir.
Make sure your wife hear that I gave a disclaimer before I started speaking. So let's say Richard has a son who at the in June 2025 was 20 years. And we have filed for him. His priority date is June 26, 2025. We are waiting for the approval to come. Then the approval comes this year. Let's say next year. Or let's say even to 5 years for the approval to come. By the time the approval came, Richard's 20-year-old son is no longer 20 years. He may now be 25, right? So he had crossed the legal 21 page for filing. But the good news is, because we filed for Richard, when Richard, the son, was 20 years, it is through no fault of Richard or his son for the I-140 process to delay. There's a process to go through to still file for that child, even though he's 25 years, is above the age 21. All because we filed Richard's I-140 when the child was below the legal age, below the 21 age. So if you have any child, any Abanoma, whom at the time we were filing was not beyond the legal 21 age, don't worry. We can still get the person green card when the time comes. You only give up when, at the time of filing the I-140, your child or your Abanoma is above age 21, or is below the age 21 but is married legally. And otherwise, everything is okay. Thank you, Jane, for that question. Any other?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Richard.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to find out, so now that we are, at least we are eating closer, when are we taking our IELTS?
Your IELTS.
Yes.
We just want the approval to come first. Now, when it comes, we are going to camp you again 1 or 2 months and pound it into your head, giddy, 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 and go and write. So that by the time you are leaving Ghana to the US, you still have a valid IELTS result. I think I've explained in the time past why you need a valid IELTS result when you get to the US. When you get to the US, all of you, your license is not with the state of Illinois. Your license is with other states. New Mexico, New York, Ohio, Texas, Ball. We need to move those licenses to Illinois. You need to be physically present in Illinois. when the trumpet sound. And whilst there, we need to start paying you as though you are working. We can only do that when you hold an Illinois license. So we need to do a license endorsement and move your license from New Mexico or your board to Illinois. Don't worry, we'll take care of it for you. But we can only do that when you have your IELTS results. Move it to Illinois for you, we'll start paying you. Then from Illinois, most of you are going to move from Illinois to other states, your final home state. And if that does not happen to be Illinois, you still need to move your license again, endorsement. So now there are some states that do not require IELTS results to do the endorsement. But there are so many other states, especially Illinois state, that requires you to hold a valid IELTS result to move your license to that state. It is the reason why we need you to have a very valid IELTS result when you are leaving Ghana. When you enter the US, first 2-3 months, first 6 months, you are like the example I want to give, I can't say. But you will not know your left from right. You're trying to figure out where is my house when I close from work. And where should I drive to see my house? Then to my church, then to the neighbors, then to this, then to that, then to that. Then your family is coming, your children are coming. Oh my God. That time when we ask you to sit and study for IELTS, so we don't want you to carry that burden to the US. You can write it there, but it's better you do it here. And then you go in peace. Richard, have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see all of you again. Good to hear all of you, your voices. And thank you so much for coming. Matilda, thank you for making time to connect. Thank you so much. And that note, thank you and have a good evening from where I am sitting.
Good evening, sir.
Goodbye to you all.
Goodbye, sir.